welcome back to my Beauty's Big Sister channel. Now I get so many messages all the time asking me about makeup brushes. I get comments on my makeup videos saying, what brush was that? What brush was you using? And honestly, I can normally never remember. So I thought I would sit down, I've got a cuppa, I'm gonna film a video on my all-time favourite makeup brushes that I use on a daily basis so you can find out the best of the best brushes. Now a brush that has been in my collection since I can't even remember, for the longest time, is my Real Techniques, the powder brush. Used to look like this. I have 2 here, I've probably got another 5 somewhere else because honestly, this was the brush that I was known for with my friends. I'd always have this brush in my clutch bag when we were going on a night out, and now all of my friends have this brush. They all love it, but this is what it looks like now. This is the new and improved version, the most beautiful rose gold packaging. So this is what it looks like now, and it is amazing. It's the most perfect big brush to really pack on bronzer, to really warm up the face. Maybe if you want to take a bit of shimmer down onto the collarbone and the chest area. It's just a really nice chunky big brush. We have the next one. This is like the kind of mini size to this one. This is your Benefit Hoola brush. This for me is just the most perfect shade ever for bronzer, so I like to just warm up the face here. I do take this brush out in my bag and I'll just run it over here if I'm a little bit shiny. It kind of just takes off any excess oil. Just a really nice size that you can use for a lot of different things. You can apply powder with this, bronzer with this, blusher with this. It's a really nice like dainty size, and I love the Hoola gold brush end on it. This is like my 3 levels. This one is an Eco Tools one. I'm not sure of the actual name of it, but I'll pop it in the description box below. This is perfect for blush. This is my blush brush, and I love this for just applying blush to the apples of the cheeks here. Also, you can kind of touch up any areas if you want a little bit of powder. Your Laura Mercier translucent powder is a really good size to kind of just put the product where you want it. For contour bronzer, I can pick between these two because honestly I use them both. So this one is the Bobbi Brown Angled Face. It's a really nice like light size. The only thing I don't really like about it is that it has got white bristles, so even when you clean it, it's always going to look a little bit dirty. So this one is the Laura Mercier Angled Cheek Contour. I just can't decide which one I love more because this one is maybe just a little bit more defined. This one is a little bit like more fluffy. They are both really good to like cut that line down here and get a nice sharp contoured look. I guess the Bobbi Brown one is just a bit handier to carry like out and about because it's a shorter handle, but yeah, I do really like them both. For highlight, this is the best. I love this. Again, don't know what it's called because the writing's all rubbed off, but this is a Real Techniques brush. I think it's called the setting brush, but as I said, I will link everything down below. This, like, look how perfect the size of that is to take on your highlight. You can really get it like precise. I think what so many people do wrong is grab a bigger brush for highlight and just kind of put it everywhere, and then you've just got a really glowy, overly glowy face. Whereas this, you can just hit the high points that you really want. So these are the areas that I take here, a little bit on the nose, a little bit on the cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin. So it is just like a perfect size. Oh, look at that. This is the Fenty highlight that I've got on, and I do love it. Foundation, you've probably seen me use this brush 1 million times. This is the Bobbi Brown Full Coverage Face, and I feel like everybody needs this brush in their collection. It's just the most amazing brush for applying skincare, for applying foundation, for applying any product all over the skin. So I put on my iconic illuminating drops all over the skin with this brush before I then go in with my foundation on top. I feel like it really buffs into the skin. It's nice and compact. I love everything about this brush, and since I started using it, I think November, December time, I have not took myself away from this brush. I use it every single day. Now I've got a lot of brushes for eyes, so I don't really know where to start. These 3 are all very similar. I use this Real Techniques on a regular, like all the time. This is the B04 brush. This is amazing for getting my brown shadow just right there, and I kind of smoke it out with this brush. It kind of does everything, to be honest. This one is a little bit more fluffier. This is the Bare Minerals, the blender brush, and I really like kind of blending my eyeshadow out with this. And then again, this is the Real Techniques Defining Crease Brush. It's a nice fluffy brush that I use to blend out my eyeshadow with to get this kind of smoky brown look. Once I have kind of finished my eye look, just to make sure that everything is nice and blown out, I take this, which is the Zoeva Luxe Crease Brush. Zoeva brushes are amazing. So I use this just to kind of smoke out any of the edges and make sure there's no harsh lines. It's kind of like them four together create this kind of an eye look. And then for the bottom, I use this for the top as well, to be honest. This is the Zoeva Luxe Classic Shader. This is really nice if I want to just pack on colour here. Say if I've got like a gold shimmer, or if I just want to put like a dark brown just on the eyelid here and not get it up further, I will pack it on with this flat brush. It's also really nice to take underneath the eye because it's nice and precise. Saying that, for underneath the eye, I do love these two. So this one is the Bobbi Brown Angle Eyeshadow. Really dense, kind of neat, nice little brush. This is nice for just like the outer corner of the lower lash line here to really like build up the density and the darkness here. And I also like to take this towards the lash line to make that more defined, so like a darker shade, like a really dark brown or a black, and I take that towards the lash line, and I sometimes just take it nice and neat in the outer corner here, and then I can blend it out, say with this brush here, just to kind of get that blown out effect. And then this one is amazing, the Bobbi Brown Eye Smudge. You can see this one is a nice, gorgeous, small circular brush, so it's perfect to be really neat and precise. It's nice to really build up the darkness in the outer corner if you're doing a real smoky eye. Like, this is amazing because it gets the colour where you want it. You don't get fallout with it, and it just goes where you want it to go. So I like to place the product like in the outer corner here, really build it up with this, and because it's a smaller brush, you just get more of a colour payoff. Then for my little pop of highlight right here, this is the brush I always use, which is the iconic, I don't know what you're called. That is the most perfect brush to pop your highlight in the inner corner. Really precise. It's not going to go everywhere. You can just simply press it right here where you want it, and then I like to sometimes take it underneath the brow here on the brow bone. It's a nice neat brush. I guess it's kind of similar to this Bobbi Brown one, but I keep them separate. So the Bobbi Brown one I use for darker shadows, which I'm putting towards the outer corner. This iconic one I always use for my inner corner. So then your colors like don't get mixed. This is my dark, and then this is my highlight. Then last but not least, I use this, which is the silicone liner brush from Real Techniques. This is genius. If you like using a gel eyeliner, please just invest in this and thank me later. I personally love the Bobbi Brown gel eyeliner. If you are trying to put that in your waterline with a normal eyeliner brush like that, all the bristles are going to go in your eyeball. It's just irritating, annoying, it's really uncomfortable, whereas this is silicone. So handy for just popping it in the waterline. You don't feel anything, it's not uncomfortable. But also if you want to get a real nice flick on the top with a gel eyeliner, like look at that point, you can wipe it clean after. It is just most dream product, and I wouldn't use anything else to put an eyeliner on with. I'm looking at more of my other brushes and thinking, is there anything else to show you? I do love this one, the Real Techniques concealer brush, sometimes for kind of packing on my concealer if I'm doing more of a heavy coverage, full coverage foundation and concealer look. I will pack the concealer on underneath here to really get a full coverage. I mean, to be honest, I use eyebrow pencils more than pomades now, but if I do use a pomade, I always use an angular brush. This iconic one is really nice. I'll just shout out to these because they are the cutest brushes I own in my collection from Tarte. I haven't used them that much because I don't want to ruin them, but they are just beautiful flamingos. You can get these on QVC. Just how cute are they? but yeah, they're just too cute to use, but the bristles are so nice and soft. I mean, I'm probably gonna look around after and be like, damn it, why didn't I put that brush in? But I do have so many brushes, but these are the ones that were in my makeup bag, the ones that I'm using every single day and that I love. Like, these brushes are just the best. I really hope that you found this video useful. I know it's a video that so many of you wanted to see, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please leave a comment down below and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!